Every time you face pain, you have a choice. You can run from it or rise through it. The truth is, pain is not your enemy. Pain is the price of growth. It's the universe's way of asking, how bad do you want it? Every challenge, every failure, every heartbreak is shaping you into someone stronger, someone unstoppable. But most people never reach that version of themselves because they run the moment it starts to hurt. They confuse discomfort with danger. They think pain means stop when it really means push. Pain is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. The reason it hurts so much is because you're being stretched beyond who you were yesterday. You're learning endurance. You're learning discipline. You're learning how to keep going when the odds are stacked against you. That's how greatness is built, not in comfort, but in struggle. The pain you're avoiding now is the very thing that would have made you unstoppable later. Regret, on the other hand, doesn't hit all at once. It sneaks up years later, when you see someone living the life you wanted, and doing the things you dreamed about. And that's when it whispers, that could have been you. That's the kind of pain you can't undo. Because pain teaches you something, but regret only reminds you of what you didn't do. You can heal from pain, but regret lingers. It eats away at you slowly, reminding you of every chance you didn't take. So when life gets hard, when you feel like you can't keep going, remember this: pain has an expiration date. It doesn't last forever. But if you quit because of it, the regret will. The discomfort you feel right now is temporary, but the pride of surviving it will last a lifetime. Every step you take in pain is one step closer to power. Every time you push through, you're building a strength that no one can ever take from you. You will never regret trying. You will never regret fighting for something you believe in. But you will regret stopping. You will regret letting fear win. You will regret letting a temporary emotion decide your permanent outcome. So when the pain hits, don't back down, lean in. Let it shape you, refine you, transform you. Because one day you'll look back and realize that everything you thought was breaking you was actually building you. Pain is temporary. Regret is forever. Choose wisely. Pain is the first language of progress, the proof that you are no longer standing still. It's not there to punish you, it's there to prepare you. Every time you step into something new, something unknown, pain shows up as resistance. It's the body's way of saying, this is different, this is growth. Yet most people take that signal as a reason to stop. They think discomfort means something's wrong. But in reality, pain is the only sign that you're getting stronger. Nothing meaningful is ever built without struggle. The climb always hurts because you're carrying the weight of your old self while reaching for your new one. When you feel pain, what's actually happening is transformation. You're breaking down old patterns, pushing past mental barriers, teaching your mind and body what they're truly capable of. Growth doesn't feel like a reward. It feels like friction. That's why so many people quit just before they make progress. They misinterpret that friction as failure. But if you could zoom out and see the bigger picture, you'd realize that pain is evidence. It means you're getting closer, not further away. Every drop of sweat, every moment of frustration, every ounce of discomfort is building the endurance and strength you'll need for what's coming next. Think about anything valuable in your life. It came through pain. Learning something new, building a career, healing from heartbreak, getting in shape, chasing a dream. It all hurt, but what came after was power. Pain refines your purpose. It burns away weakness, excuses, and doubt. It forces you to confront what you really want. That's why people who've been through pain carry a certain fire inside them. They've seen what it takes to keep going when everything inside them wanted to stop. And that fire, that grit, that determination, it's priceless. It's not something you can read about or fake. It's earned through the moments when no one's watching, when quitting would be easier, when the only thing keeping you going is your belief that this pain has meaning. Pain also gives value to your victories. If everything came easily, success wouldn't mean anything. You wouldn't appreciate it, you wouldn't respect it, and you wouldn't grow from it. Pain gives success its flavor. It makes every achievement feel earned. And that's why it's the price of progress. Because only those who are willing to go through it truly deserve what's on the other side. When you start to see pain not as an obstacle but as a necessary step, everything changes. You stop avoiding it and start using it. You realize that it's shaping you, building you, preparing you for the future you've been dreaming of. Pain is not your enemy. It's your ticket forward. It's the proof that you're alive, that you're evolving, that you're chasing something worth the struggle. Regret is one of the heaviest emotions a person can carry because it doesn't fade with time. It grows louder in silence. It's that quiet voice that whispers, "What if?" long after the moment has passed. Regret doesn't hurt because of what happened, but because of what didn't happen. The chances not taken, the words not said, the dreams not chased. It's the pain of knowing you could have done more, that you had a shot, but fear, doubt, or temporary discomfort stopped you. Unlike pain, which fades as you grow, regret lingers. It eats away at you slowly because it's not something you can fix once the moment is gone. That's why the fear of regret should always be greater than the fear of pain. When you push through pain, you suffer for a moment. When you give in and quit, you suffer for a lifetime. Regret is a long-term debt that never truly gets paid off. You can distract yourself, you can move on, but deep down, it stays with you. It shows up in quiet moments when you're alone. It reminds you of the dream you once had, the person you could have become. That's what makes regret so powerful. It's permanent. Pain may break you for a while, but regret breaks your spirit. It's a slow realization that the window you once had might never open again, and that thought can haunt you more than any temporary struggle ever could. We often convince ourselves that avoiding pain will keep us safe, that staying comfortable is the smart choice. But comfort is the trap that leads straight to regret. Every time you choose comfort over courage, you build a wall between yourself and the life you truly want. That wall grows higher with every excuse, every hesitation, every maybe later. And one day, you wake up realizing that the life you could have lived is now just a memory of what might have been. You start to wish for one more chance, to try again, to risk again, to care a little less about failing and a little more about living. But by then, the opportunity has passed. The truth is, you'll never regret trying and failing as much as you'll regret not trying at all. Even when you fall short, you walk away with lessons, strength, and wisdom that make you better. Regret, on the other hand, leaves you empty because it gives you nothing in return, no growth, no progress, no closure. It's a loop that plays endlessly, reminding you of what you lost by not acting. And that's why it's so dangerous. You can recover from pain, but regret doesn't heal. The only way to protect yourself from it is to face the pain now, to push through the fear, and to do the thing your heart is telling you to do. Because at least then, no matter what happens, you'll know you gave it everything you had. And that peace, the peace of knowing you tried, is worth more than a lifetime of wondering what could have been. Every dream, every goal, every version of success demands a price, and that price is effort. Relentless, uncomfortable, sometimes exhausting effort. The truth is, nothing worth having will ever come without struggle. People see success and think it's built on talent, luck, or timing, but what they don't see are the countless hours of unseen work behind it. The early mornings, the late nights, the sacrifices no one claps for. The process of building anything great will test you, because it's supposed to. The universe, life, whatever you believe in, doesn't hand out rewards to those who simply wish for more. It gives them to those who earn it through persistence, patience, and pain. You can't skip the struggle and still expect the reward. Growth doesn't come from comfort, it comes from resistance. Just like muscles need to tear before they grow, you need to go through challenges before you evolve. Every obstacle you face is an invitation to rise, to sharpen your mind, to toughen your spirit. The process will push you to your limits because it's designed to. You'll question yourself, doubt your abilities, and want to quit more times than you can count. But that's exactly where the magic happens. It's in those breaking points where you discover what you're truly made of. Because effort isn't just about what you're doing, it's about who you're becoming while doing it. The truth is, pain and effort reveal character. When you push through exhaustion, when you keep showing up even when no one believes in you, you're training your future self to handle greatness. Because success doesn't just require skill, it requires resilience. If it were easy, everyone would do it. But it's the few who embrace the grind, who accept the hard days, who understand that every step forward, even the small, unseen ones, are laying the foundation for something extraordinary. You might not see progress every day, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. Seeds don't sprout the moment you plant them. They need time, consistency, and faith in the process. There's a price for comfort and a price for success, and you get to choose which one to pay. Comfort costs you growth, while effort costs you ease. One gives you a temporary escape, the other gives you a lifetime of pride. Every single time you push yourself beyond what's easy, you're investing in your future self. You're building habits, mindset, and discipline that no one can take from you. The struggle is temporary, but what it builds inside you is permanent. So when it feels like you're stuck, when you're exhausted and the goal seems out of reach, remind yourself that the process is working. Even when you can't see it, you're not being punished, you're being prepared. And one day, you'll look back at all those hard moments and realize they were shaping you into the kind of person who could handle the life you once dreamed of. The pain was never meant to stop you. It was meant to strengthen you for everything still to come. There's a powerful truth that most people don't realize until it's too late. Pain doesn't last forever. No matter how heavy it feels right now, it will pass. The storm doesn't stay, the night doesn't last, and neither will the season you're in. But what does last are the choices you make during that pain. You can choose to let it break you, or you can choose to let it build you. Every wave of difficulty eventually fades, and when it does, what remains is who you became while enduring it. The temporary sting of struggle is nothing compared to the lifelong ache of knowing you gave up when things got hard. Pain is fleeting, but quitting lasts. The discomfort you feel today is just a moment in time. It's the body and mind adapting to something new, something challenging, something transformative. If you stop every time it hurts, you'll never see what could have been. The people who achieve incredible things aren't the ones who never felt pain. They're the ones who didn't let it define them. They kept walking through it, one step at a time, believing that there would be light on the other side. And there always is. The intensity may feel unbearable while you're in it, but if you endure just a little longer, you start to notice something shift. The pain softens. The challenge becomes familiar. You grow stronger. Think about the times you wanted to quit but didn't. You survived those days. You're still here? That means every struggle you've faced so far was temporary. Every heartbreak, every failure, every disappointment. You overcame all of them. So why believe that this one will be any different? The human spirit is built to survive storms. It bends, but it doesn't break. The reason pain feels endless is because we often focus on the feeling instead of the purpose behind it. Pain is not the end, it's the middle. It's the space between who you were and who you're becoming. And if you can hold on through that middle part, you reach something beautiful. Resilience. Temporary pain can produce lifelong strength if you don't give up in the middle of it. The irony is that most people quit right before the discomfort starts to fade. They turn back at mile 19 of a 20-mile run. They give up just before the breakthrough. That's why understanding that pain is temporary is powerful. It gives you perspective. When you know it won't last, you can keep going. You can endure a little longer. You can push a little harder. The difference between those who reach their dreams and those who don't isn't talent. It's endurance. The ability to endure pain without surrendering to it is what separates success from regret. Because pain will end whether you quit or not, but what you'll live with afterward depends on the choice you make. The ones who hold on, who refuse to stop, who understand that pain is just a chapter, not the whole story, they're the ones who win in the end. Regret has a way of sneaking into your life quietly, years after the choices have been made. It shows up when you see someone else living the dream you once talked about, or when you're alone, thinking about the things you could have done differently. It whispers, "You had your chance." That's the thing about regret. It doesn't announce itself right away. It builds slowly, born out of the moments you chose comfort over courage, fear over faith, and doubt over effort. At first, it feels harmless to take a break, to delay a goal, to say, maybe later. But later often becomes never. And when you finally look back, the opportunities you once had are gone. That's when regret becomes unbearable because you realize it's not the world that stopped you. It was you. You can recover from almost anything: failure, rejection, pain. But regret is the one wound that time doesn't heal. You can't go back and rewrite the moments where you quit. You can't undo the decisions you didn't make or the risks you never took. You can only live with the what ifs. And that's what makes regret heavier than pain. Pain is a teacher. It molds you, strengthens you, and leaves you better. Regret is a thief. It steals your peace and your pride. It reminds you not of who you are, but of who you could have been. And the only way to stop it from taking over your future is to act now. To give your best now. To face the discomfort now. Most people think they'll have another chance, another season, another opportunity. But life doesn't wait. The window doesn't stay open forever. The dream that's in your heart today might not be there 10 years from now. The energy, the fire, the hunger you feel, it fades if you don't use it. That's why the cost of regret is so high. Because when you finally want to go after it, the moment has passed. You realize that pain was temporary, but now the regret is permanent. That's why it's always better to try and fail than to live wondering what could have happened if you had. You won't regret the nights you worked hard, the sacrifices you made, or the times you chose discipline over comfort. Those things shape you, they give your life meaning. But you will regret the excuses, the hesitation, and the times you walked away too soon. You will regret not trusting yourself enough to keep going. Regret doesn't come from failure, it comes from the fear of it. The fear of pain, the fear of looking foolish, the fear of not being enough. But the truth is, every single great story begins with someone who decided that regret was not an option. They chose to give everything they had, even when it hurt, even when they didn't know if it would work. Because the real failure isn't losing. It's quitting before you've given yourself a chance to win. And that's what saves you from regret. The decision to try, no matter how hard it gets. Every moment of pain you've ever felt has been shaping you into the person you're meant to become. Every setback, every disappointment, every failure. None of it was wasted. It all had a purpose. Pain is temporary. It's a season, a lesson, a bridge to something greater. But regret stays. It's the echo of the chances you didn't take, the dreams you abandoned, the courage you silenced. And that's why you can't give up now. Because one day, you will look back and thank yourself for not walking away when it hurt. You'll realize that the nights you cried, the mornings you doubted yourself, the days you almost quit, those were the moments that defined you. Those were the moments that built your strength. You have to remember, the pain you feel today is nothing compared to the power that's being built inside you. This moment of struggle is not your ending. It's the middle of your story. And if you keep pushing through it, you'll reach a point where the pain turns into pride. You'll look in the mirror and see someone who didn't fold, someone who didn't settle, someone who kept going no matter what. That's the version of you your future self is counting on. Don't rob them of that victory. Don't let temporary pain steal a lifetime of fulfillment. Because when you choose to endure, when you choose to grow instead of give up, you win. Every single time. So the next time life knocks you down, don't ask, why me? Ask, what is this teaching me? Every scar, every bruise, every struggle is evidence that you fought for something. And that fight, that resilience, is what separates those who live with pride from those who live with regret. You've made it this far for a reason. You've survived worse and come out stronger. So keep going. Push through the pain. Keep your eyes on the goal and remember, pain doesn't last, but the person you become by surviving it will. You are capable. You are powerful. You are becoming the person your younger self dreamed of being. Don't stop now. The world needs your strength, your story, your example. Someone out there will one day draw strength from your perseverance. So give them a reason to believe that it's possible. Thank you for listening, and thank you for giving yourself the chance to grow today. Remember, pain is temporary, but regret is forever, so never stop fighting for your dreams. Keep going, keep believing, and never let the fear of pain keep you from the greatness you were born to create. Goodbye for now, and thank you for your time, your energy, and your heart. Keep moving forward, keep trusting the process, and when it gets hard, remind yourself this pain will pass, but your strength will remain forever.